8:30. That's your lineup. You got more questions? Give us a call during movie hours, 365-7900.
The doctor is in at Health First Community Health Center. Dr. Jamie Perry is ready to care for the community, providing primary care services at 1100 South Jefferson Street here in Princeton. Dr. Perry is accepting new patients and walk-ins are always welcome. At Health First Community Health Center, we are not just another doctor's office, we are your medical home. Call us toll-free at 1-877-667-7017.
Since 1978, Perry's Floors and More has been selling, installing, and servicing homeowners throughout Western Kentucky with quality flooring and workmanship. Perry's Floors and More carries luxury vinyl plank and luxury vinyl tile, carpet, window treatments, and more. Quality brands like Mannington, Shaw, Tarkett, Beaulieu, and Flexitech. There's a reason why we say you can walk on our reputation. Come see Bill and Lucy at 127 West Market Street or call 270-365-9869.
8:31, the morning visit here in WPKY. Holy moly, it's warming up, isn't it? 73. We're going to have a high around 92 today. A small chance for an afternoon shower. Mostly clear tonight, 68 for the low. Another stinker tomorrow. Sunshine, 94. And then cooler weather comes in, thank goodness. Beginning Friday, we're going to watch, though. We've got a pretty good chance for some rain Friday and Friday night and a chance of showers through the weekend. Again, today, 92 for the high. Slight chance for an afternoon shower. It's 73 at WPKY. Hello, gifted and talented.
Hello.
Kids from Caldwell County. Wait, this is not, we have no spirit here. Hello, gifted and talented kids from Caldwell County High School.
Good morning. Good morning.
All right. Okay, that was a lot better. That's a lot. How many are excited that you're out of class today? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Thanks to our hero, Mrs. Tribble is here. Good morning, Mrs. Tribble. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Mr. Booth?
I am doing well. You've got some pretty well-behaved young people here who are going to talk about something pretty important. I guess, what do we have on the agenda this morning?
So I brought some of my gifted and talented students with me this morning. I have Katie and Aubrey and Audrey, Austin, and Seth. I brought all the A's with me this morning.
Nice.
And we just wanted to come today and talk to you and the listeners about Constitution Week.
Well, how ironic, because it is Constitution Week this week.
Yes, sir, it is. The Constitution was actually signed on September the 17th. So Monday was the day they commemorated the actual signing of it. But we try to celebrate, educators and other people try to celebrate all week long.
That's a pretty important piece of paper, isn't it, Mrs.
Yes,
Trimble?
sir. Yes, sir. So the local General John Caldwell chapter of the Daughters of the American Revolution provided me with some resources, and I sort of rallied the troops, and here we are to talk to you today.
Did you all get voluntold?
Yes.
That happens at my house all the time.
They didn't really have a choice in the matter.
Go.
So, but no, they're good sports, and they're going to try to tell you some facts today.
Oh, so we're going to cover some facts on the Constitution, and that is something I had some folks in from the Sons of the American Revolution, Daughter of the American Revolution yesterday. Robert and Maggie were in talking about it. Of course, I think they're going to do a reading of the preamble and some things Sunday afternoon. But that's an important document, and sometimes we kind of forget about it. It's good that we have Constitution Week because that's kind of the foundation of our country.
Yes, sir.
So,
yes.
And it's important to understand not just how important those documents are, but maybe the context of the times. These guys. So what? Each one they're going to share just some information.
Yes, sir. Each one has a little spot that they want to share with you. Some have facts. One of them would like to do a little quiz with you, and they brought some questions.
Let me open up Google.
Yeah.
No, okay.
Get your Google ready.
Okay.
But no, they just want to share some things with you. Like I said, a lot of the teachers during this week, they try to incorporate as much as they can to just make sure students know what it is and the importance of the document. So.
All right. Who's leading us off?
All right. We're leading off with Katie. She's your first victim.
Hi, Katie.
Hi.
Tell me a little bit about yourself. How old are you? What grade? Yada, yada, yada.
I am a freshman in high school.
Okay.
And Miss Trimble is my mother.
Oh, my gosh. So you really got volunteered.
Yes, I really got volunteered.
No way you could weasel out of this.
No, sir, no.
How's high school so far? Don't lie to me.
It's good. I like it. It's fun.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. I liked it, too, when I got to go. All right, Katie. So you got some information to share for Constitution Week. Fire away. What do you got?
Most Americans know the Constitution gives us our rights and our freedoms, but they also don't know, but they also know that America is given from the abuse of the power of the government. Most Americans don't know that the Constitution was written behind locked doors.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Alexander Hamilton, Thomas Jefferson, and somebody else went behind James Madison went behind.
There we go.
Yeah.
High five. Oh, James Madison.
They went behind locked doors and
I
wrote
love
the
Dolly
Constitution.
Madison donuts, but that's different. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry, Katie.
They wrote the Constitution behind locked doors, and they came out with the Constitution, and everybody was like, "Oh, that's good. We'll keep this." So.
Like so really, they just locked themselves in a room and hammered this thing out, which is pretty amazing that somebody in 1700 can come up with something that still works pretty darn good in 2018. That's an amazing. Yeah. I bet they were gifted and talented.
They were. Yes.
All right. Good stuff. Well, thank you for that factoid. All right, who's up next?
Aubrey. My name is Aubrey.
Hi, Aubrey. What year are you?
I'm a junior.
Are you? And
yes.
you go to Caldwell County High School?
Yes.
Good. Do you have a boyfriend?
No.
No? Do you want one?
No.
Okay, never mind. So Aubrey's not available. She's paying attention to her studies. Your family's like, yes, get good grades, be gifted and talented. What are you going to share with?
Well, the Constitution was written in 1787, but was not actually ratified until 1788. There have been 11,000 amendments introduced to Congress, but only 27 have been approved.
27 out of how many?
11,000.
Wow, that's not good odds. Okay, all right.
Lots of other countries have used our Constitution and modeled it after their own, and ours is the only one still alive after 231 years.
Good point. So those guys behind the locked doors got it right. Well, very good. Very good. You got anything else? That's mainly it?
Yeah, that's
wow.
it.
I didn't realize 11,000 amendments, only 27 have made it through. So that's pretty tough. All right, who's up next? Oh, here we go. All right, fire away.
My name is Austin Ritchie. I'm a sophomore here at Caldwell County.
Hey, Austin, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
What does your shirt say?
Blue Jackets, Gold Standards.
Ah, nice. Okay, all right.
FFA.
What do you got there?
There are actually several interesting facts about the Constitution. One fact, for example, is of 70 delegates invited to attend the Constitution, only 55 were actually able to attend. And of those 55, only 39 men actually signed the document.
Really? They're like, I bet they were scared.
Yeah,
King George, British,
Treason.
They didn't deal well. Yeah, that was punishable by death. So that was kind of gut check time, whether or not you want to go and whether or not you want to sign. So out of those that went, how many actually signed the document again? What was it?
39 men only signed it out of 55, and there were 70 people invited to it.
John Hancock signed it pretty big.
And
he had a little attitude.
Among those, it was well rumored that John Hancock signed his name in a larger, bolder print to show defiance towards the king, and he wasn't ashamed of his actions. His signature is so well known by people today that we often say we sign our John Hancock when we put in our own signature on a document of importance.
That's true. You want to make sure he must have had a good security system at home because they'd be looking for him. But yeah, so I guess he was kind of saying, "Eat it, King George. Here, I'm signing this. We're succeeding." So very good. All right, let's see. Who's up now? Audrey? Is it Audrey? How are you?
I'm good. I'm Audrey. I'm a junior in high school.
Are you?
Yes.
What do you? What's some of your favorite subjects?
Science. I like science a lot.
That's awesome. I detested chemistry. I was not great at science. I mean, the harder I tried, the worse I did in chemistry. But have you had chemistry yet?
I did. I passed last year.
If you passed, that's awesome stuff. Now you've got some information for Constitution Week too.
Well, I'm going to give you a quiz.
Oh, no, you're doing the quiz. All right, can I phone a friend? Do I have a lifeline, or do I have to
No,
do
this
on
is
my
not
own?
the crazy taxi rules. You just got to do it on your own.
I'm so old that in the classrooms they had chalkboards, and you had used chalk. There was no whiteboards or anything. So before the dry erase marker, all right, I'll do my best. Go ahead.
How many erasers did you ever have to bang?
A lot, actually. The school's not open anymore, but across from Kentucky Dam Village is in Gilbertsville, Kentucky, is where I went. I went to Gilbertsville Elementary. We had one hallway, and our school was so small, we had just barely enough kids, like for one first grade, one second grade, one third grade, and sixth grade.
Right.
You just went down the hall. So beginning early in my career, I think it was Miss Travis, when you get in trouble, you had erasers. How did you know this, Miss Tribble? This is crazy.
Chalkboards were there still when I started school.
Oh, yeah,
and they
so
sort of transitioned.
they would accumulate. They were like felt rectangles, and you would wipe, and it would clean the chalk writing off the board. After a while, it would accumulate enough chalk that you had to go out and beat the erasers against a tree to clean them, and that was usually reserved for punishment. For people who talked in class when they shouldn't. I don't want to name names, Billy Booth, but it did happen. So, all right, here we go. I'm ready. Go ahead, Audrey. Take your best shot.
Okay, Mr. Bill, do you know how many times the word democracy shows up in the Constitution?
I'm going to say, how many times? I'm going to go with 12.
No times does it show up. Doesn't show up once in the Constitution.
Oh, no. That was a trick question. Oh, all right. I'm embarrassed.
So we learned from Aubrey that we have 27 amendments.
Yes.
Do you know what 2 amendments cancel each other out?
Oh, my gosh.
I love that the kids are sitting here trying to answer it too. Like,
kids
getting excited.
Hey, don't just sit in the sidelines. Jump in if you guys got something better, because I got nothing here. What to the 2? So one amendment was one of the 27 was approved, and then another of the 27 came and canceled that out.
Yes.
I got nothing. Which one?
It's the 18th and the 21st. The 18th prohibited actions tied to alcohol, and the 21st.
Oh, prohibition.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And the 21st. Repealed the 18th. And here's our last question.
Oh, my gosh. Okay.
What is the only day you can see the 5 pages of the Constitution at one time?
The only day that you can, so that they put them out on display?
Mm-hmm.
Is it at the Smithsonian?
I believe National
Archives. At the National Archives in, where is National Archives? Is that Washington or Pitt? Oh, okay, not in Philadelphia.
No,
I went there. It was amazing.
Was it? Did you see it?
Independence Hall.
Independence Hall is pretty cool. I've been there.
All right, I've got a quiz for you guys. What's the name of that movie where they steal National Treasure? I saw that the other night. That's an awesome movie where they steal. No, they borrow. Steal's a strong word. Yes. They borrow the actual Declaration of Independence, and it's a great movie. I love that movie. Okay, wait, I forgot the question. Ask me again.
What's the only day you can see the 5 pages of the Constitution all at one time?
I'm just going to guess. I got a 1 in 7 chance, right? It's one of the days of the week. Don't lie to me, right? Okay. I'm going to say Sunday.
It's Constitution Day, September 17th.
Oh, no, I was thinking Monday through Sunday. Like, well, it's Sunday, people. Here's the other 5 pages. So normally on display then at the National Archives, just the signature, the page with everybody's signature. So there's that's a big document, all 5 pages. Whew. Yeah. All right, so for how many questions? I went 0 for. Never mind. Let's not even go there. All right. So obviously, I'm going to have to study the Constitution. I think for my penance, I think for my punishment, I should go Sunday afternoon at 2 and hear them read the preamble. Anybody got the preamble memorized?
Yes. I used to.
Yeah.
What do you got, Mrs. Trimble? Let's hear it.
Oh, you want me? Do you want me to sing it to you like Schoolhouse Rock?
Yes, sing it. Schoolhouse.
No, okay,
all right.
Okay, I'll try. Okay. We the people, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice and ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, in order to form a more perfect union. I know I said that wrong. I had close, but
with liberty and justice
for all. With liberty and justice for all.
Amen.
Amen.
What a show off!
We used to have to memorize that in school.
I had to memorize it.
Yes.
Did you have to memorize? You still got it?
No.
I forgot it immediately.
Bits and pieces.
That's me.
I know I butchered that.
Kids, don't cram because you'll never learn. I crammed and got it, and then
and then you forget it.
Yeah, and then you forget about it. Well, so what's shaking with the gifted and talented program at the high school? Let's talk a little bit about these young people who are I shouldn't say gladly, are sacrificing important classroom instruction time to be at WPKY.
Well, right now at the high school, and actually all 5 of these young folks that I brought with me are participating in a program I'm doing called KYA. It stands for Kentucky Youth Assembly. And basically these folks will be writing model bills And we will be going to Louisville in November, and they have an opportunity to sort of represent themselves as senators or representatives and present their bills among an audience of their peers.
Love
and
that.
They will have an opportunity to debate, talk about their bills, and then see the process of how a bill becomes a law.
Yeah, I love
It's pretty
that.
amazing. We went last year. Some of them are repeaters, and they attended with me, Audrey and Aubrey. And I think it was an eye opener. We had a good time, but I hope that I feel confident in saying they learned a lot too.
I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say for prep work, Mrs. Trimble, I'd recommend the Schoolhouse Rock. I'm just a bill
I'm just a
up
bill.
on Capitol
Sitting
Hill.
on Capitol Hill.
Yeah,
Yep.
get these kids fired up to
Yes.
go do it. Because there's a lot to it, and the amazing thing is when you get with your peers and then you realize how complicated things can get in a hurry when you're debating bills and to try to build consensus with your peers to get actually something passed. And everybody is, whether it's Washington or Frankfurt, like, well, I don't know why they can't. But once you get into the system, wow.
Yes, and they get to visit one of the 3 days that we're there. We get to actually go to Frankfurt to the Capitol, and so Aubrey and Audrey and Seth are a part of the older group, being juniors and seniors.
Yeah.
And so if their bill makes it, they actually will get to debate on the floor where the actual senators and legislators. So
Long
they get to
time
see
ago.
what. Yes.
Got to be a page
Yes,
for like
yes.
a day or
That's-
something in Frankfurt.
No.
Well, I think
Okay.
Representative J.R. Grouse's page.
Yes, they
And
still do that. The
that
page
was-
program.
That just blew me away. I'm
Yep.
like, holy cow, this is a whole different
Yes.
world than
Yes.
little,
I mean, I just think if we get them involved in government now and we help them establish a passion for it, they're going to grow up and they're going to understand it better and be more
Yeah.
informed. And
Yeah.
so when they're asked to make decisions that are government related, little less apathetic about it maybe, and they'll be a more informed citizen.
Because
So-
it does make a difference. And you can, every once in a while we'll have an election, whether it's local or national, and did you vote? Nah, my vote won't count. That doesn't matter.
Voter turnout's terrible.
Oh my gosh!
The last
My
gubernatorial-
generation
yeah.
stinks. Hopefully, your generation will do better. My son, I have a 23-year-old. It's going to be 24, and then I've got one that's not quite. He's 16, but they're like, I don't understand why people don't vote. I mean, he could not wait to go vote, and I'm like, good on you. Let's go vote. He got to vote in his first presidential election. And I'm just telling you, it's so important because sometimes a vote does matter,
does.
and we don't need to take that for granted. Anytime we get too flip about that, you need to visit with a veteran and people who have sacrificed for us to be able to live our life like we want to with a little bit of freedom. So that's good stuff. All right, I want to start over here on my left. Introduce yourself again. I just want to find out if you anything that you're thinking about after Caldwell County High School, maybe what you want to do. Give me your name again.
Well, first of all, I'm Austin Ritchie,
Okay.
sophomore of Caldwell County. And, there's a lot of different things I've thought about doing as I'm a member of Teen Court,
Yeah.
which I do trials with juveniles, and I can be a defense attorney or a prosecuting
Yeah,
attorney.
DA, yeah.
And I've thought about doing that, or I could always go into politics. Miss
Yeah.
Trimble has gotten me interested in this.
You could study political science in college.
Oh, yeah. And, of course, since I'm repping my FFA today.
Yeah, I saw that. Do
I-
they still have the corduroy jackets?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all right, good.
I could go into genetic agriculture, and I could modify plants into make them more like waterproof or something like that. And I've always been real interested in that.
Dude, that's incredible on the farm now. Even like the tractors have GPS and stuff, and it's crazy the technology that's in farming. I mean, it's and the genetics too.
Oh yeah, and one thing I would like to share. I've always been interested in Christian psychology and helping veterans come back from overseas.
Mm-hmm.
And this past weekend, we lost a great man, Jerry Anthony Oliver.
Yes.
Yeah. I'd like to dedicate my part to him. He was my grandfather.
Oh, yeah.
And so my prayers go out to Grandma Peggy.
Big influence on you.
Oh, yeah.
For the better.
Oh, yeah.
I think so.
He's in a better place right now, though.
Yeah, he is. It's still tough, though. All right. Who we got over here?
My name is Seth Scott, and I'm a senior at Caldwell County High School.
Oh, yes, sir.
And I am planning on going to the University of Kentucky, and I want to get a degree in some type of business. I don't know really what I want to do yet. Some type of business management or something like that. And then hopefully after that, I'd like to go to law school somewhere.
Nice.
So, but the reason a lot of people like to go in political science when they go into law school.
Yeah.
But I don't want to do that because I don't want to get stuck and not be able to get into law school and then be stuck with a political science degree, because there's not like a whole lot of diversity of jobs you can get with that.
So. You can teach.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
No offense, Mrs. Trimble. Not taking Mr. Trimble. Okay.
But I will, on a plug for Seth, I had Seth back when he was in 7th grade for social studies, and he is I see him doing all of that. He's a very talented young man.
You seem like you're kind of goal-oriented, which I mean that in a good way. That's good. You kind of know, because so many. I mean, when I was your age, what are you gonna? I don't know. It takes a while sometimes.
I could see these characteristics in 7th grade, though. Debater to the T. I'm really excited to see what he does at KYA, because I think he's going to do some magic. It'll be good.
He'll eat that up.
Yep.
All right, let's see who we got over here. Go ahead.
I'm Audrey Goodman, junior. I would like to go to Center in Danville.
Oh, that's a good school, yeah.
With a major in international affairs and a minor in French, and I would like to join the Department of Defense.
Parlez-vous français?
Oui.
Oui, that's all I got. I know a little bit of Spanish, but have you taken French yet?
I'm working on it, and
cool.
I will get an official program soon for it.
Nice. Well, you get that key scholarship money, get a bunch of scholarships if you're going to Center, but that's a really, really good school.
Oh, yeah. Right now I'm going for GSP and GSA for visual art and
nice. Governor's
dance.
School rocks. Have you been to Governor's School before?
No.
I was in the Governor's Scholar program.
Was that not awesome? Now, where did you go? What did you study?
I was in Murray State University.
Murray State.
I was in the healthcare industry part of it.
See, that, my bonus daughter she wants to go. She's applied, and I'm telling you, I hope she gets in. Her boyfriend went last year for engineering, and he went to Northern Kentucky University. He loved it. It's good stuff. Well, good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, young lady.
Hi, I'm Katie Trimble. I'm a freshman at CCHS.
And Katie, I want to be a teacher just like my mom.
No. She told me not to go that way.
You've seen how hard teachers work. I'm married to a teacher, and it's crazy the amount of work that they do.
Oh, yeah. I'm not allowed to go in that direction.
Okay,
but
good.
I see in my future, I would want to major in some kind of in the ag industry.
Oh, there's tons of stuff to do. Agribusiness or agriculture. Yeah. So do you know you're just going to look at it all? And you got plenty
I'm
of time.
in the 4-H right now. I do livestock judging, and I show pigs in like the state fair and the county fairs. And then I just joined FFA.
Have you been to the state fair yet?
Yes.
What an experience.
Yes, this was my second year at the state fair.
What'd you think about it?
It was pretty fun. I got first in my class, so it was pretty fun.
Nice.
But I'm not sure what I want to major in yet, but I know I will go in the ag industry that way.
Oh boy, we need to. It's amazing how many people in this world this country feeds other than Americans.
Oh, yes.
So it's very, very important. All right, young lady, you're up. You're up without a boyfriend, studying on. You're just paying attention to studies. That's a good thing.
I really don't know what I want to do. Right now, I'm taking business classes.
Now you're Aubrey, right?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm Aubrey.
Okay.
Right now, I'm taking business classes. I'm in teen court, doing the KYA, also in the Governor's Scholar program. So I might go the business route.
Yeah. Well, you got time.
Sure,
do you know what you're thinking about? College after high school? Don't know yet.
Yeah, I'm going to college.
Are you?
But I don't know which college.
No, you got time. They'll all be knocking on the door. You're a gifted and talented student, so they're going to be after you. You can take your pick. Well, good. Well, Mrs. Trimble, this has been awesome. These you guys made my day. This is good stuff to interview some young people. And anything else we need to cover, Seth? You got something?
All right. I've got one last thing. Sure. And many Americans may not have the opportunity to go see the Constitution in the National Archives, but I think it's still very important that we know about the Constitution and why it's important, and know our rights and what the document says and what it does not say, because I believe it's very important that people know what it says, because it could influence their life in different kinds of ways and things like that. So I think it's that we still study it and know why it's important and things
well,
like
it affects us all.
It does.
You don't
especially
believe
after
talk to the Supreme Court.
It's been alive for so many years. So.
Oh, very good. Well said. All right. On a less serious note, who thinks Caldwell County is going to beat Tillman Friday?
Oh, you definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Like they stole something.
Wait, who? Paducah Tillman. Who's that?
Yeah. That was a big school's rival, even when I was in high school. They used to beat us all the time. Go Caldwell County. Let's get it done, Tigers. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
All right, let's do a cheer on three. We'll do Caldwell County. 1, 2, 3. Caldwell County. All right, thanks, kids. Thanks, Mrs. Tribble. Thank you, guys. See, we have proof on YouTube that you all were actually working and not skipping class. So if any of your teachers give you a hassle, send them to YouTube, to WPKY Online. See you guys.
Bye, thank you.
All right. That's our morning.